Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and finally, on July 2nd, rides, water parks, and arcades can finally open for the season. And you guys have been sending me a ton of questions about how's Morey's Piers doing it, what's the safety restrictions, how are they keeping everyone safe, well, how many times are they wiping the rides, do they have hand sanitizer around? So I figured it'd be easier just to go ahead and take you guys on Mariner's Pier to give you guys a tour. Before I do, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. Let's get started. Now, the first thing I know you're already noticing is you're wearing a mask. Why are you wearing a mask? It's not required to wear a mask in public, but it is required to wear a mask when you A, visit arcades, and B, when you visit Morey's Piers. That's right, you have to have some kind of face covering, just like how New Jersey has the rule when you have to go into any kind of store, or if you're picking up food at any restaurant, you have to wear the mask. Now, because of these COVID-19 restrictions, Morey's had to change the way they do things. To get started, they can only operate at a 50% capacity. So what does that mean? Just like the water park where it's a gated admission, they have to do that for the rides. It doesn't mean that you pay a price to get in right then and there. It is a system so they can go ahead and calculate how many people are in the park. Now, they are putting a reservation system together where you can go online, just like season pass holders can go online. You can put together what time you want to come in. That way, when you come in, you don't have to wait in general admission. If you don't go ahead and do a reservation, you have to wait in the general admission line until X amount of people leave. That way you can go ahead and enter. That way there's enough space for everyone to socially distance. Now, while we're talking about admission, they are no longer doing wristbands. That's right, everything is tickets only. And you can purchase those online, or they still have the ticket booths open, so you can go ahead and purchase them here. So throughout the entire park, you'll notice that they have signs talking about social distancing and things like that. And there's a couple here I want to share with you guys.
So close. Who will be the
Mark
next
here.
one, guys? Keep on going downwards, man. It's
And
$5 please.
Hand sanitizer. And here's another sign up front showing you all the different kind of rules they have on the pier. Now, as an added, Morey's Piers added so many hand sanitizers. Sorry, the seagulls are laughing really loud. Added so many different hand sanitizers here around, you can see, and they're labeled with signs. That way, before you play a game, you use it, and then after you're done playing the game, you use it again. Now, you guys are probably also wondering how they're going to do the whole gated admission kind of thing. And so they have a little setup over here for you guys, just so you can check it out, where they have it kind of roped off a little bit here. You can see a little edge here. And here, I'm assuming this is where they're going to go ahead and have where you either have to have your ticket to scan in, or they'll have a general admission line going back that way. Oh, and today's the first day, you can't see me smiling, but today's the first day that the Ferris wheel's spinning. It makes me so happy. Now let's continue the tour here, because I want to share with you guys more signs they have. One, of course, is right in front of all the rides. Every single ride has something similar to this. It says social distancing. I am watching the ride to ensure your safety. Please remain 6 feet from me to ensure mine. I'm happy to assist you after this ride cycle. This is right behind the operator. That way people aren't bothering them as they're going ahead and operating the ride. They have to be safe while operating, keeping their eyes on everyone on the ride, so they can't really be answering your questions as much. Now, on top of that, every ride does have hand sanitizer. Make sure you use it before you get on the ride, okay? Please make sure you use it and bring your own. I have my own that I carry with me in my pocket all the time, so bring one with you. Now, outside ticket booths, they have signs on the floor of where you can stand. So there's one right over here, and then 6 feet apart. There's another one over here to ensure that you are 6 feet apart. I mean, they really put so many signs, but generally speaking, even when you go anywhere, you should be 6 feet apart. Here they're just making it extra obvious for you. Now, when it comes to rides and their lines, Morey's has extended some of the ride queue lines to add some stanchions on each side and go ahead, more dots down the middle. Remember, 6 feet. Morey's has been doing such an amazing job in preparing to open. Remember, at the end of the day, it really is all about safety. Their number one priority is keeping you safe when you come here. And so that's why we have all these new restrictions, 50% off, using the hand sanitizer. I mean, they're literally, I feel like they installed so many of them. And then on top of that, they added in all these dots on the countertop. So when you're playing the game, you stand here, no one can stand here, and then you can stand here, so on and so forth. They've gone over the top to make sure you're safe. And so I applaud Morey's Piers all the way. Now we're back towards the basketball game. You can see more hand sanitizer. I'll be saying it a million times in this video because I think I've counted at least, I mean, standing right here, I could see about 15 different hand sanitizers, actually even more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I could see 17 hand sanitizers just standing in this one spot, just to show you the importance of using hand sanitizer. But here by the basketball game, to give you an idea on how they're doing this, same thing with the dots. You can play here, but you can't play in the middle. You have to be on the dot. That way, 6 feet apart. On a complete side note, really off track here, I didn't know they actually grow their own greenery. It's actually real. I thought it was plastic and fake. Pretty awesome. Now, while I'm walking back here, why don't we just stop by Raging Waters for a second, just give you guys like a little pan of what the water park looks like. Boy, it sounds nice to hear the water rushing again or raging again. They are still installing all of their signs. They're actually down there. They'll be putting them around the park. But one thing I saw really interesting, I wanted to flip the camera around and show you guys and see if you knew what this was about. Do you see that mat flip that way? And then these mats over here. And there's another one over there. Do you have any idea why those mats are like that? It's not like they just threw them on there and they said, oh, we're going to leave them or let them float around. Actually, something interesting that I saw on Facebook and one of the other Wildwood pages that I follow. It turns out that in this off time, there's been a couple ducks hanging out Raging Waters. That's right, hanging around Raging Waters. And there was a video or a picture of one of them going down the slide here, trying to get out. So it makes sense that they put them here. That way the ducks can get on there and then climb up out of the water. A cute little thing they do here. It really is nice to see the pools all filled up, the umbrellas out. Completely different view than what it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. Morey's really did a fantastic job. Looks like over here they have most of their signs open as well, the social distancing signs, the same ones we saw on the front. But they're doing a fantastic job. They did refurb a few things around the park, so when you come, you'll notice them. But right now, what's really awesome is for those adults who want to drink and relax, the beach bar is open, so you guys can go ahead and get a drink, whether you're on the beach or come over or come off the boardwalk and get a drink. The best part is that they have a live performer back there, and it sounds really nice with the water going over here. It's like putting you to sleep a little bit. But let's continue our tour. Let's go back down the other side of Mariners Pier. Now, as we're walking, and hopefully copyright strike from YouTube doesn't get to me for the music playing, but as I'm walking here, let's talk about what will actually be open. Morey Piers has an updated list on their website talking about which rides will actually be operational for the date or weekend or whatever is coming up. Make sure you check out that website before you come because, for example, this weekend, it's very limited, A, because of the restrictions, and B, staffing. So for example, some of the rides on this pier that won't be open will be like, for example, the Sea Serpent. That won't be open yet. On Surfside Pier, which July 2nd is when that pier opens, it's in a couple days, only Runaway Tram will be open for the first few days going into the weekend. And of course, as things get better and they get more staffing, they can open up things. But this guy will not be open this weekend, but don't worry, eventually he will. Wait a minute, time out. I'm walking past the Sea Serpent. They've got brand new trains on there. They're green and they're yellow and they look absolutely amazing. I don't know how well the shot I can give you, but let me flip the camera around. Look at that, man. That looks amazing. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but that looks amazing. I love that. Well, let's quickly go to the front because I want to see what the front of the train looks like. Look at that bad boy. Look at that new logo on the front. The color scheme. Look at the new harness. Oh my gosh, this looks wonderful. How amazing, right? The color scheme, the new harnesses, the logo. I mean, I'm impressed, Morey's. I'm excited to ride it once it finally opens. Once again, not this weekend, but in a few weeks once it finally gets open. I'm so excited to ride it. Anyway, let's continue our tour. You can see here on the Crazy Bus, do you see the green? That means you can sit in there. The other ones you cannot. Social distance. And look at the greenery here, man. These are beautiful. They did a really good job with the greenery. They have these and they have these planters here. So beautiful. And you're probably wondering what is going on with the Parents Pavilion. Well, remember, they had to stop construction for a while there. New Jersey State made them stop construction. So they have a little more time to get this bad boy put together. Now, as we're walking out, you'll notice the exit gate right here. You can see the fence line here, and here. I'm assuming this way to be probably the exit, it looks like, and they'll scan you out that way. They have an exact number of who's leaving the park and who's actually there. So this will be roped up eventually. See the rope going across. Here are some face mask signs you have going on, and of course, social distance. And of course, more hand sanitizers everywhere. I mean, they had to spend at least like a couple $1,000 on just hand sanitizer machines everywhere. So there you guys go. There is the update on how Morey's Piers plans to open, all the restrictions they put in place to keep you guys safe. And once again, I have to go ahead and say Morey's Piers is always a leader when it comes to this stuff. They're doing such a fantastic job to keep us safe. So thank you, Morey's Piers, and I hope to see you guys down here, if not this weekend, sometime in the future. Let me say, summer is still very early. We still have the whole month of July and August and September, so make sure you make your plans and you come on down. Our beaches are open, the boardwalk's open, and the rides are finally opening. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Joey. If you haven't done so yet, please hit subscribe and that notification bell. That way when we put up a new video, you can find out about it right away. Thank you to my Patreons. You too can be a Patreon supporter of this page. Link in the description for more information on that. And as always, I'll see you guys on the beach. See you later. Bye.